What if I told you the best piece of advice I could give you in business or anywhere is to shut the f up and listen? What's up, guys? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Marvin and I have been in the photography industry for 25 plus years. And while I love being a creative, business is my passion and elevating the photography industry is my focus. I created this 7-figure photographer to share my journey to 7 figures and to help others find their way too. That's exactly what we're going to talk about, and how being able to open your ears and close your mouth is the best thing you could do in your business. But today specifically, we're going to talk about how it relates to in the sales room. Also, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with a friend that you think could benefit from it. Let's get down to business. So I've kind of told you guys a little bit before, I love watching Shark Tank. My wife turned it on one day and she realized that I loved watching it because it was about business. One of the things that I've learned and one of the things that I've seen so commonly on Shark Tank is how many people completely screw the deal just because they can't shut up. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this. You can see it across all the sharks' face. They keep trying to sell, they keep trying to talk. And if there's one thing you learn in business, it's whoever talks last loses. So I want to share a couple of experiences and how I've come to learn, being a person who doesn't very often or very well just shut the hell up. Mia's laughing at me right now. I like to talk, but I've found in the sales room it gets really uncomfortable. When you share things that are uncomfortable, and for instance, like price or options, when it's uncomfortable and people don't express what they're thinking, oftentimes we just resort to talking, trying to explain away why we do things. I do it all the time, guys, and I can't tell you how powerful it is to just learn how to shut up and listen. Now, the other day, Annie, my friend, was in here and she was talking about one of her in-person sales, and as I sat there and listened, again, I took the perfect opportunity to just shut up and listen. I listened to all the things she told me about her sale just the day before, and she was proud of her sale, and in all right, she had a right to be proud of it. But she told me a couple of things that helped me to realize where she missed out on the opportunity to almost double. In fact, I think it was double her sale. It was more than double her sale just by listening to what the client had to say. Now, I won't go into detail about Annie's experience, but I want to share an experience about for me and how it has progressed to a point where I've pretty much learned and listened or figured out that when I get those objections with my clients or their experiences, if I just learn how, or if I just figure out how to get to what they're explaining or saying to me, if I can figure out what I'm listening to and I can overcome that objection, I can normally double what they're telling me is their budget. Now, years ago, I'm almost ashamed to say this, but I actually had multiple jobs as a car salesman. And one of the first jobs I got was working for Courtesy Ford down in Pocatello, Idaho. The first thing we did was, of course, training. And one of those trainings was with Zig Ziglar. And the only thing I remember from that training years ago was Zig Ziglar taught that buyers are liars. And that really bothered me to the core, because the concept behind it was when Sally came on to the car lot looking for a Honda Civic, she was actually looking for a minivan or a 4x4 truck. And it was a really hard thing for me to concept. If people come into the car dealership looking for a car, I know that I know what I want. So why is it that you're telling me that what I think I want is wrong? Well, I think that what it boils down to is this is a learning situation or a listening situation. And it's not about the buyer wants something different. They just don't know how to explain, or they don't know how to get across that what they want is different. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I had a sales session, and we got done going through the first part of the sales session, which in my sales session, we always watch a slideshow of all the images, as well as a couple of different groupings that I put together. This was a senior sale. and a sample album, all those things. At the end of it, Dad says out loud, how much would it cost to just get all of those pictures? And I'm not going to lie, guys, I dread that question because, again, it's one of those things like, okay, well, to get all those pictures, I think they had like 85 left. And I told him it'd cost him about $8,500 because the way we work it out, it typically comes out to after $2,000, it's $100 an image. 85 images would be about $8,500. And I just kind of grabbed a hold of my gutchies and I said that'd be about $8,500. I knew that they still had some eliminating to do, so I knew that $8,500 wasn't really where they were going to be. But I set the bar high. And he instantly said, well, I can tell you this much, I'm not spending $8,500. But what Dad told me in the very beginning was that he wanted all the pictures. He didn't care how he got them, he wanted all the pictures. Moving forward throughout the session, we ended up getting to Mom wanted a grouping on the wall, similar to a grouping we had a sample of on the wall, and Daughter really just wanted digitals and potentially an album. As everything kind of all worked out, I realized that Mom started to backpedal on what she wanted because she just wanted to make sure that the daughter got the most of what she wanted, which was digitals. And of course, Dad, we knew he already wanted all the pictures. And ultimately, we landed on right around a budget of about $2,500. And I knew that budget was pushing where they wanted to be. We were at about $2,500. Dad was kind of signing off on it, and I looked at him and I said, Dad, let me ask you a question, because what I'm hearing is that you want all the pictures and Mom wants a grouping on the wall, but Mom started talking about how, oh, you know what, we have like real art on our walls, we wouldn't even have space for that. But I was listening. I was hearing what she was saying, and I said, Dad, I'm hearing Mom say she wants pictures on the wall, but now she's trying to back out because she wants to make sure that you and Daughter get the most, which is digitals and the album, and that would just be easier. So what if we kind of worked it out to where I just paved the way. I just brought the two together. I hadn't yet told them about the incentives to use cash checker or financing. I hadn't told them about the bonuses when they spend over a certain amount, they get some extra digitals. So what I did was I put a package together that basically brought the total up to about, I think, $5,000, $5,200, maybe it was $5,400, which was completely crazy because I could tell that he was settling on roughly $2,500. But I looked at him and I said, I know this is crazy, Dad, but here, Mom gets what she wants, Dad gets what he wants, Daughter gets what she wants, and I'm pretty much going to give you all 85 pictures. You won't have to eliminate anymore. And he was sold. That's all it took. So we went from a $2,500 package to over $5,000, and all it took was just listening to what the client was saying they wanted and piecing together. Again, once you figure out what the client wants, it's all about figuring out how to pave the road from the in-between, where the client wants to be and where you can go with your business, so where you can comfortably be at. You know, if editing a couple of extra digitals to bring your price up to that high or your price point to that high, if you have incentives. We use an incentive with cash, check, and card. You can see the video that we just did about that. We'll post it in the description below. Again, the whole point is that when you learn to shut up and just listen, you can increase your sales significantly. I doubled my sales. I regularly double my clients' budget, not because I'm pushing. Obviously, my clients have the right to make the decision themselves, but I can double that budget just by listening to what they want and making sure that they have an opportunity to get what they want. And that is probably one of the best things you could understand about business, is if you can just learn how to shut up and listen to what your client is saying and piece it together, understand what their objections are and how to overcome them. Buyers are liars. That is a quote of Zig Ziglar. And like I said, I don't think that it's so much that they're liars. They just express their values or what they value in different ways. Oftentimes, saying I can't afford that is just a way of saying I don't value that. And then remember, when you make that final offer, when you boost it up and you make that final offer, sit back, let the discomfort settle in, because it sucks. Sometimes, I can't tell you how many times I've sat there for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, just awkward silence, until my client first speaks up and says, I think we're going to do that. Make sure today that you guys leave a comment below and tell us about a time when you could have done something better in the sales room just by heeding this same advice to shut the F up and listen to your client. So shut your mouth and listen, and you can make your sales a lot better. Sexy time. My name is Sam Marvin, and I am 3 shades dumber than I was yesterday. We're gonna push Mia down the stairs. There's only one reason we have her here, is just to push her down the stairs. We needed good entertainment, so we hired Mia. We have been scouting the perfect stairway all year long to push her down. 2021 is finding the best staircase we can find. Can't just be the longest staircase or the steepest staircase. It has to be like the best staircase.